This episode is brought to you by ElevateOS, the only all-in-one community operating system. ElevateOS transforms property management, combining resident engagement, reservations, rent payments, maintenance, and concierge services into a single super app. It also uniquely integrates access control, intercoms, package lockers, and thermostats, eliminating app fatigue and redefining modern apartment living. Visit elevateos.com/MMN for a free demo and see how they can help you level up your operations. Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Today, let's talk about peace and quiet. I am really curious how many people spend their day at work, whether they work at home, whether they work in the clubhouse, whether they work at a place off site, meaning off of and away from your multifamily community. How many people, when they get home in the evening and they check out from the workday, from all the noise, and they check in to their apartment, really just want peace and quiet. They don't necessarily want you to program their life. They don't want you to be involved in their life. They just want to go to the apartment, open the door, go in, sit on the couch, lay in the bed, get some dinner, maybe not, watch some show, whatever. They just wanted some peace and quiet. It's interesting, back in 1997, 1998, I believe, there was this trend that was running through the multifamily space, and the trend was cocooning. People wanted to cocoon. They wanted to use their place and space as a place for respite from the noise in the world. And it seems like today that we do a tremendous amount of planning as it relates to trying to introduce things into our workflows, our ecosystems, under the premise of resident experience. We want the resident experience to be programmed with wind down Wednesdays or thirsty Thursdays or all these things, right? Breakfast on the go, all these events. We want people who choreograph and program our spaces so that people can come down and participate in all of these things. When the reality is there might be people that just don't really care to do any of that kind of stuff and they opt out, right? But we spend a lot of money as apartment communities putting on this experience for the minority. Not very many people participate in this stuff. I think I read a stat one time in one of the multifamily magazines online. I think it was an article that roughly 10% of the people in your multifamily populations actually use the amenities. 10%, sometimes less, depending on what the amenity is. 10% or less of the people that live in your community actually use the amenities that are put out there. And that the real purpose of the amenity is marketing. The real purpose of the amenity is so that I can walk into my apartment community. I could call my mom or my dad or somebody that I'm related to or friends with on the phone and just say, hey, you should see the pool at my community. Yet I never use the pool. You should see the gym in my community. Yet I never use the gym. But we build and we construct and we put these things in place. And I wonder sometimes if it is not to please the consumer, it's rather to please ourselves. And I know that sounds potentially, but maybe it is to please our egos. Maybe it is to please our innate need for great looking aesthetics or great presentation or great optics. And when in the reality of it is, you don't necessarily need any of it. Or maybe you need a scaled down version of it or something that just checks the box. It's still nice. When I say check the box, I don't mean that in a passive way, but it is enough. It's good enough. What if we did a lot more good enough? Because the reality is many people come home to their apartment community. They want to escape the noise out in the world. They want respite. They want to cocoon. I'm just wondering what you think, Multifamily Collective community. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.